Hello everyone. Uh, it have bothered me so much that no one wants to talk about what is happening in eastern Nigeria because of Biafra issue and IPOP issue and Nigerian government issue and many other things. There are so many insecurities happening. It bothers me a lot. What draws my attention to make this video is because of what Emmanuel Iwanyanwu said, the leader of Ohaneze Ndigbo. If we can go back to remember how this insecurity started, it was during the mobilization of NSAS protest. I also went to NSAS protest because we are all came out in order to stop police brutality. So during the NSAS protest, if you can remember, it was too much in all. I'm just trying to give you analysis how the insecurity started in Olo and the whole eastern Nigeria. So during that NSAS protest, some people use their social media handle to encourage the youth from doing abnormal things, which lead the youth, or I can call them criminals, to went to correctional service and release all the prisoners. That was where the problem began. It was going to be easier or better if the government or people who are responsible, who call themselves leader, came to negotiation with the youth. Because why? When the youth are angry, they can take their frustration on many things. So they have so many things going on in their mind. So, but I have a problem with people who call themselves leader. A true leader is not about control, but services. A true leader is not about power. A true leader is not about followers. A true leader don't manipulate people, but they inspire people. A true leader is not about becoming more than doing. A true leader don't maintain followers, but grooming other leaders. Most of these people you call politicians are not leaders. Politicians are more concerned on staying in power, program, promises, and upcoming elections. So sometimes I have a problem with people who think like these ones are leaders. They are not leaders. So according to Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, in his interview from Channel Television, he said that Nnamdi Kanu, according to when he met Nnamdi Kanu and spoke to him, he's not in support. He said he's not in support with anything concerning with sit at home, all those Mondays sit at home, and every time he goes to court, people they implement orders to control other people. Mind you, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was bold enough and clear commitment that power will no longer serve as a cover to oppress or injure people. I understand that very well. But here is the problem. Why I said these people are using us. Remember, Aladimma Wurundens, I will always say that there are people who are really benefiting from this insecurity happening in eastern Nigeria. But I will not mention them because I don't have the fact information. But I must work according to the information I got from people. When listening to Emmanuel Iwanyanwu and what he said, that Nnamdi Kanu is not fighting for division of Nigeria. He's fighting for restructuring Nigeria. But I want you to pay attention to this interview to Nnamdi Kanu and listen to him.
In practical terms, what does Biafra mean?
Confederation.
So, a weak center, very strong regions.
Absolutely.
Have you had a change of mind, therefore, about getting an independent Biafra? Because that's what I seem to be hearing.
No, I'm not changing my mind. And even if Biafra means going back to where we were before the white man came.
Okay, so you're not talking about a federation. When you say a confederation, you're not talking about a federation as part of Nigeria. You're talking about total independence.
Absolutely.
Complete independence. Now, is there anything that can happen that will make you change your mind about this particular direction?
No.
So it is either Biafra or nothing
Or
else.
death.
Or death.
That's good.
If push comes to shove,
Yes.
will you go to war?
No, because truth is a far more potent and deadlier weapon than bullets and mortars.
So no war. You've ruled out the.
Absolutely, I don't want to war. No. Like I said, Biafra ordered that I'll keep pushing. Either I am alive, I die in the process. I won't stop. Allow me to repeat, if you don't mind.
Okay, now you have finished watching what he said. It actually shows that this person wants Biafra. There is no controversy, there is no lie. He wants Biafra. Yes, he is the leader of IPOP. I don't know if he's truly the leader of Eastern Security Network, but he's the leader of IPOP. He said he wants referendum, according to this video. Now, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyao said he is against division of Nigeria. And now Nnamdi Kanu is facing treason charges. If you know the meaning of treason charges, treason means someone who wants a country, who don't want a peace in the country, who wants a country to be divided, a division of people. That is treason charges. So, before I go further, I don't have a problem with Nnamdi Kanu, but before I go further, I want to give information where our traditional rulers are not doing things right. The insecurity started, and then it happens that they formed a Bubago. It was a great mistake. They should have looked forward to dialogue with the youth, but they formed a Bubago to fight with people who already have their own guns. Because before Bubago was formed, these people who were doing the insecurity, who was causing the insecurity, was already having a lot of serious firearms, AK-47 and many things they took from police officers they killed and soldiers. So for Bubago to come into the street, start harassing many youths, it was totally wrong. That is more like banishing the youth. Because now when you go to Eastern Nigeria, now millions of youth left Eastern Nigeria. They already left because of the insecurity caused by Bubago. So it was a great mistake. The reason why it's more like this thing we are too much in Olu was because the leader of Bubago is from Olu. Yes, the leader of Bubago is from Olu. One king from Amifeke called Ezudo, one of Amifeke, Chief Emmanuel Okeke. He is the community policy leader of Imo State. So when Bubago was formed, he is the leader. So all the fight that was happening in Olu was happening because the leader of Bubago is from Olu. So it was a great mistake. Instead of all these rural leaders to call our Eastern governors, have a meeting and dialogue with the youth. Because when the youth have problem, all you have to do, because they take their frustration on many things, all you have to do is to find the solution and fight or solve whatever is causing their desperation. So according to my understanding, with other religion, because I understand Nigeria was divided into three with different cultures, which is Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. And when this happened, there was a three political party that was formed in Nigeria by all these ethnic groups. Igbos have their own party, Yorubas have their own party, Hausas have their own party. From there, you must understand, every king or Igbo, I don't know how you understand it, every king is more like a political body. So what I'm trying to say is that every community experiencing insecurity must hold their king responsible for the insecurity, because he have every right to call his people in order and ask them what is the problem, and he will start dialoguing with them from his own particular community. So my own opinion why Nnamdi Kanu is not released yet, with reference of similar cases like him, let's pay attention to former president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma. Jacob Zuma ruled South Africa for almost 9 years. as a president. Before his last tenure ended, he was resigned because he was being questioned for corruption charges. During the process, he jumped bail. He jumped court appearance. He was supposed to appear in court. He jumped court. He didn't appear. And he refused to submit a medical report to show that maybe he was not well or something happened for him not to appear in court. So here is more like a similar case with Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu didn't appear on court because of Nigerian police force invading his property and distracting whatever that happened and killing people. And then he flew out to Nigeria. So now, I'm not sure if he made a report after the incident before he flew out to Nigeria. But that is a different case. But it's something similar with Jacob Zuma. So when you listen to Jacob Zuma and how he solved his own problem with his own government, when they wanted to arrest him, they sent thousands of soldiers and police officers in his house because he refused to go to police to be arrested. A lot of people who support him went to his house to go and protect him. It happens that soldiers killed a lot of people just to get access to him. But still, they couldn't manage to get access to him. Even there is helicopters flying his roof, finding a way to get access to him and arrest him. Just one single person. Just one single person. But they couldn't manage to. So the disaster was happening. He decided to give himself to the government to save the poor. That is the point I want you to understand. Just listen to him so you can understand it very well. He saved the poor, he saved insecurity, he saved his own nation. This insecurity caused by Zuma's arrest happened just 1 week. And South Africa lost almost about 5 billion rands. And he decided to save the poor, the businesses, and his own government. And he submit himself to the government. Just watch the video.
I actually wrote a statement. I said, I'm not coming. I said, if you want to arrest me, you arrest me. I'm not coming. Because this thing is wrong. And indeed, they were arresting me. And I said, I'm not going. I'm not going to court. I'm not going to prison either.
And
Why?
you ended up going.
Of course, yes. That's what
and
happened.
At the last minute.
That's what happens when you deal with people who are oppressors of other people. You always get to jail. I ended up in Robben Island. It's not the first time. I was repeating it. What was even worse for me, they mobilized soldiers throughout the country to come and arrest this one man. Not even handling a stick of match to burn one of the people. Just me. And people were angry of this country.
Yeah.
Very angry. They came here to say they must come and defend me.
I remember that.
Yes.
Quite tumultuous outside the gates.
Absolutely.
I remember. And we know what happened even when you were arrested. The civil unrest.
Absolutely. Because when they brought the police, it was all over. And people were here to say, you can't take him. We could have had another massacre here. It was actually imminent. And the government wanted it. Because in the afternoon at about 3, I phoned the commission and asked him.
Provincial?
No. Before
National?
That. National.
Okay.
I asked, why are you sending the army to arrest me? If you wanted to arrest me, they brought the police to come and arrest me. Why this? Because it was something to arrest one little man at a danger with the whole army. I said, but what is this? And I realized that there was a plan in my own gas to kill people here.
To achieve
And
what exactly?
To achieve the fact that we've dealt with one terrorist, because I was the first to be killed. I know the information. So I said, okay, let me save the poor people, innocent people. Let me not allow them to be killed. Let me go to prison.
After you were arrested.
Now I'm coming there. I'm coming there. What happened? Coming there. What happened? The government provoked the people, and this is never said, because by arresting Jacob Zuma, they came. They said they are going to arrest him come what may. Once the issue, why there was this dispute, was very clear. I had said they are messing up with my rights. I am a citizen. And they said, we are arresting you, being a judge, want to prove that we are in charge. That's what the judgment was saying. And they brought the police, all the police. That's provoking those people who want peace in this country. So I did not want them to die. So I left. I went to prison and served something I did not agree with. It is that taking a citizen, old citizen, even for freedom, send him to jail just to fix him up, that angered the people. And people are angry. And they don't have a jail, they don't have anything. So they decided to protest in whatever way they wanted to protest.
Quite a violent protest.
Of course, the violence was there because the police came to shoot them.
Nearly 400 people actually died. Do you think that that's a good thing that it happened
that's
in
a
your
bad
name?
thing.
In your name, they say.
No. In my
Zuma. Yes.
But they're defending me.
They are responding to this violence.
They are defending me because they've got nothing else to do. If you take a man to prison, because we've got incidents of Bopa, you have a country, we have got young people, Don't blame the people, blame the government who provoked that kind of action.
So
absolutely.
When we
Now you have finished watching this video, and then Nnamdi Kanu is facing treason charges. What is your advice to him? My own advice to him, because now, according to Ohaneze Ndigbo, which is Chief Emmanuel Iwanya, he said Nnamdi Kanu is not in support of insecurity or sit at home or whatever that is happening in the eastern Nigeria, right? But it's very understandable that anytime this guy is going to court, people implement orders. I don't know who are those people implementing orders. If they are criminals or IPOP or ESN, I'm not sure. There is no fact, because it's only carried by the social media. So my own advice to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, now he's facing treason charges, and the penalties of anyone who is guilty of treason charges is to be killed or life sentence. So my own advice, if he thinks like he's truly a freedom fighter, he must plead guilty of treason charges, and then they go to court. So, but before he plead guilty, he must file his application for freedom of Biafra. If it's possible for him to file the application for freedom of Biafra, or he betray his IPOP people to save himself and save insecurity for Nigeria, and also come up with an application for restructuring Nigeria. But before this can happen, he must be released and also join at least a political party, because you cannot be fighting for a restructuring Nigeria while you are not in any party. You must join at least a political party, or you must be in Abuja. That is what happened with Ojukwu. When Ojukwu surrendered in the Biafran War, he opened his own party. But first of all, he became a minister in Abuja. So things like People fighting for a freedom. You don't fight for a freedom when you are not in any political party. So I think the people supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for his movement is actually not understanding how these things are being done. It's only done in the parliament or in the court. So it doesn't happen on social media.